Hello, it's good to be learning with you again. I actually just wanted to start off by reminding and explaining why we're sending out these videos. My husband and I sent a short clip a few days ago explaining how during hard times that there's an importance in learning Sefer Tehillim and reading the book of Tehillim. So my husband's going to be going chapter by chapter with you explaining the book of Tehillim. And I explained how important it is to guard our speech and speak properly and refrain from Lashon Hara in order to see wonderful salvations in our lives. Now, all the videos that our shul has been sending out are actually on our shul YouTube channel. So if you missed any, you can go there. The YouTube channel is called Fifth Avenue Synagogue, and you can either subscribe to the channel or not subscribe to the channel, but you can find all our videos there. So now we will continue with our learning of the Chafetz Chaim's book, A Daily Companion, learning about the importance of speaking properly. And for those of you who are using your book along with mine, we're on day 2, Irrefutable Proof. And in this chapter, the Chafetz Chaim continues to explain how harmful Lashon Hara, evil speech, speaking badly about one another is. So he again reiterates what he said last time, which was that we should not think that we are still in exile today and we lost the Beis HaMikdash because of the sins of 2,000 years ago. He said we are still in exile today because of our current sins. And if we would stop those sins, we would be out of this exile very quickly. And he said it's obvious that if the reason why the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed was because of sinas chinam, baseless hatred, and speaking Lashon Hara, then it's clear that obviously what can bring us back to the Beis HaMikdash would be loving one another and speaking properly about one another. So the Chafetz Chaim in this chapter brings many sources to support this point. He talks about many times in the Torah where speaking Lashon Hara really harmed the Jews. So first he talks about in Parsha Shemos, the Torah explains the horrible exile that the Jews had in Egypt. And Moshe was walking and he saw an Egyptian really beating a Jewish man hard, and he got so upset that he killed he killed the Egyptian. And this is when we encounter the notorious pair, Dasan and Aviram, who informed on Moshe and told the higher authorities that he had killed an Egyptian. And Moshe says in Shemos chapter 2, Pasuk 15, now the matter is known. And the Midrash interprets this to explain that he was saying, now I understand why the Jews are still in exile, in this horrible exile of Egypt. It's because they are still speaking Lashon Hara. They're speaking about each other. They're informing on one another. They're spreading rumors about one another. And as long as the Jewish people are still behaving in that way, then the exile is going to still be here. How are we going to be rescued from it? The Chafetz Chaim also cites the episode in the Torah of the spies, the Chet HaMeraglim. So when the Jews were in the Midbar, were in the desert, there was a group of spies who went to go check out the land of Israel. And they came back and they said the most terrible things about Israel. They said it is a land that engulfs its inhabitants. They said terrible things about Israel. They said this place that we're going to is going to be terrible. And the Jewish people wept and cried and cried. And Hashem said, you're crying about going to the land of Israel, which is going to be so amazing because you're believing this negative report. I will give you a reason to cry on this day. And many years later, that day ended up being Tisha B'Av, and that's the same day that the Beis HaMikdash, the temples were destroyed. So again, the temples being destroyed and exile all stems from speaking Lashon Hara. The Chafetz Chaim provides further proof. The Torah states in Devarim, Aror Makeh Re'ehu Batseser, cursed is he who attacks his friend secretly. And Rashi asks, what does this mean to attack your friend secretly? And Rashi explains that is Lashon Hara, evil speech. Because when you speak about your friend in private, you're secretly attacking them. You're secretly ruining their reputation, and you're secretly harming them in a very bad way. And the Talmud further compares Lashon Hara to a denial of God. Because if you believe that God was sitting amongst you and your friends, you wouldn't be sitting around and just so easily and candidly making fun of people and speaking negatively about people in your life. The Chafetz Chaim then offers his final point. The Midrash states, Hashem says in this world, because there is Lashon Hara among you, I withdrew my presence from among you. It's like a letter directly from God. It's clear and it's unambiguous. The Chafetz Chaim ends off by saying, the message of this statement is incredible. The Beis HaMikdash has not been rebuilt. The divine presence is not in our midst because of the forbidden speech which we utter. So I hope that in the merit of us learning this beautiful book and really working on our speech, we will be able to see this COVID-19 virus go away, have a cure, vanish, and we will also be zoche, merit to see the coming of Mashiach b'mehera v'yaminu. Have a wonderful day.